Yesterday, I talked about Pi Day. I talked about Einstein. I showed you this. I talked about the stroke panel. I thought I'd get you excited to try something new and different. And when I looked around, and I got to admit, I was engaged most of the period, but when I looked around, I saw so many students just grabbing a picture of Einstein and starting to trace it, or grabbing a picture of the letter pi. You know, it's a Greek letter. It symbolizes the irrational number that pi is, the 3.14159. Anyway, I thought it would engage you. I thought the challenge would engage you. I thought, create an ode and an ode, an homage, just celebrate what pi means, interpret it, or Einstein's contribution to society. Find some way to say something original. And now at the other end of the spectrum of what I showed you yesterday, what I just showed you a few minutes ago, is something like this that I created back in 2020 when we first went home with COVID, and I was trying to teach the elements and principles of design and color theory and composition. And I came up with this, which is 5 circles. You might look at it and say, that's 4 circles, Scotch. Go, well, the yellow circle is larger than the artboard, and so that's why there's 5 there. But it's also, look, it's alignment. It's proximity. It's asymmetrical balance. It's all kinds of things. And the color harmony, there's so many ways to interpret the elements, principles, composition, color harmony, pi, Einstein, creative ways to do something original. And that's what I'm asking you to do. And so many of you are just going through the motions. So take a breath. I'm not mad. I just want you to think again and think, what could I do? What could I do that's different that no one else is doing around me? Everybody's grabbing that same symbol or one of these same 3 or 4 pictures of Einstein. What can I do differently? What does relativity mean? How can I represent the quantum states? How can you begin to dig a little deeper to tell a little more interesting story? And as far as stories go, I've got a 96 terabyte hard drive, a RAID that we purchased over a year ago. It's finally working. And I'm loading millions, not thousands, not hundreds of millions of files onto this thing. I'm pretty much engaged the whole period. I walk around, I look around. But when you comment on the blog and ask me a question, we're in the same room at the same time. If I don't see your hand, Scotch, go, what's this mean? Talk to me. Let's solve it that way. Okay? All right. So dig a little deeper, think a little harder, create a little more imaginatively, and have some fun. Do something amazing. And let us all celebrate your creativity.